So I ate a salad every day for a week, and this is what happened. So last week I came up with the idea to have a different salad every day, and I didn't want to make this boring, and I didn't want to make this something that's like extremely healthy. You know, I wanted it to be realistic and something that, you know, I could continue to do in the future. I wouldn't ever have a salad every day, but I wanted to explore the, I guess, pros and cons and basically how I felt. So for myself, I would consider myself quite fit, although I don't have the perfect body and this and that. I love cooking and I love eating all these different amazing foods. I wanted to have one meal where I was eating really healthily and, you know, fulfilling all my green kind of needs, but again, not in a boring way. I think salads often are very boring. They have nothing in them. Like, you'll eat a salad, you'll still feel hungry, and I think there's like a stigma of salads being boring, but they really don't have to be. So this week I wanted to make a different salad every day that was really tasty, healthy, and filled me up. So let's dive straight in with the first salad. Here we go, I have my first salad. I'm so keen. This salad is basically kind of a Thai Vietnamese-ish style of salad. It basically just consists of some mixed greens with some avocado, capsicum, of course, as well adding some extra flavor in there with some chopped coriander, or cilantro for Americans, some chopped cherry tomatoes, and of course these delicious prawns. So I just got some prawns and fried up a little bit of garlic and chili flakes in some oil, and yeah, just cooked them just for a couple minutes on each side until they've got a little bit of color, and then topped them on this salad. And then to dress it, I just got a really nice, like one of my favorite dressings. It's a Vietnamese style dressing, and it's just kind of like sweet, a bit tangy, and I just picked it up from the supermarket. But you could make your own with some lime and some salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil. So yes, this is day one, Monday. So my first salad, as you can see, was delicious. I reckon it was my favorite, and to be honest, I probably almost went, I wouldn't quite say downhill, but I think life gets in the way, you know, work, going out, you know, it's not going to be perfect every day, and I ended up eating a salad every day, but it may not have been in the most typical way that I originally thought. I actually came up with a whole like table and ingredients list for everything, and I went shopping and bought everything, and I didn't quite end up eating all the salads that I intended to originally, but I'll get to that as we go along. But let's have a look at my second day. Alright, here we go, salad number 2. So here I have made my roast pumpkin with balsamic vinegar salad. So basically it is a mixture of spinach and some rocket and some different greens, and some cherry tomatoes, parmesan cheese, some pine nuts, and of course the roast pumpkin on top. And it smells amazing. I like to mix this together and pop some balsamic vinegar on there. And balsamic vinegar is just a really nice, strong tasting, kind of rich, obviously, vinegar, and it adds a lot, obviously, without being unhealthy or adding too much fat like oils or sugar from other dressings. But I just love this as a simple salad. I had a bit of a bigger lunch today, so I just wanted something small, and it's perfect for that. So I've made this. I've also made my salad for work tomorrow too, which is a pesto pasta salad. But I'll show you that and I'll talk about that tomorrow. So on my second day, as you can see, I had one of my go-tos, and I've actually made a video, just a short video on this one before. It's a pumpkin and spinach and rocket salad with a nice balsamic dressing, and it's really easy. You just roast some pumpkin in the oven with a little bit of like chili, salt, pepper, garlic powder, all those good things, and then put it with some spinach and rocket or arugula if you're American, some cherry tomatoes, top it with some balsamic vinegar, and it's delicious. It's nice and healthy. Oh, and obviously can't forget the parmesan. A little bit of flaky parmesan also goes a long way. And this time I had the salad for dinner. So I had a burger or something for lunch. I was so full. I didn't feel like eating much, but I thought I'll just have like a healthy, you know, the pumpkin and the greens would be a nice light dinner. And again, it was fantastic. Now moving on to day 3, I was working during the day and I wanted to have a salad for lunch. Now I actually made this salad while I made my pumpkin salad for the day before. This is probably the least healthy salad in that it had a maybe higher amount of carbs in it. I made a pesto pasta salad, which again was very nice, but I made sure I used, like, it was much smaller than a fist of cooked pasta. I just had to use a spiral pasta, and then I went along and got some pesto. Now you need to be careful, either make your own, and again I've got a video on that too, but don't just buy some boring like jarred pesto from the supermarket. I get mine from a deli, or if it's in the fridge section, like it's much fresher, it's much tastier. Pesto in a jar that's been like preserved to last for months is not very nice. So with this, I basically just had some pasta and then a mixture of some greens. So I had quite a bit of spinach and rocket, and I chopped up some basil, some parsley. I also had some like cucumber, avocado, cherry tomato. So I tried to get some like veggies and stuff in there as well. But no, it was delicious. Had it at work. I'll insert a little clip of it in. And it was great. It filled me up. That pasta, I think with my job, I'm doing a lot of walking. I work at a hospital, and I needed the extra carbs to kind of help fill me up and, you know, keep me going until dinner time. Now onto, this is Friday's lunch. Now this is my favorite. I love, but I haven't had it for a long time, but I love a good chicken taco salad. Now this, for Americans, I believe is quite popular, I guess depending where you're from, but here in Australia, we don't really have that much. But either way, I think Friday was an interesting day because it was my 4th or 5th day into me eating the salads. I try and go running about 2, maybe 3 if I'm feeling super energetic times a week. And beyond that, I go to the gym and do other things, but I try and do like 5 or 6 kilometers, like 3-4 miles, twice a week. And it's good. I live in a hilly area. Like I've been doing it for a while, so it's, you know, pretty good. But this time on Friday, I really noticed, and you know, you notice it in other times when I've been eating really well and you eat lots of greens and healthy things, my performance was so much better. I don't know, I'm not just saying that because, you know, for the sake of it, but like it was noticeably better. And I know that can be attributed to a lot of things. It's not necessarily this, but it's just interesting that I found, without like a mental thing of just thinking, I was able to run faster, I was able to run further, and I felt like I had more energy. And as I said, I've honestly noticed it before when I've been eating really well. And it honestly makes sense too. But anyway, I thought I'd share that little point because, you know, you do notice the difference and you do feel more motivated and you do feel better, you have more energy. So moving on to my lunch. So I had this after my run, a chicken taco salad. Now I can do a video on it if you guys want to, but it is delicious. It's basically like a mixture, I'd say, between nachos and tacos, but it's a salad and it's fairly healthy, depending how you make it. But for me, I just fry up some chicken really easily. I think I'll insert the video, I talked about it there, but it's basically just chicken and a whole bunch of like greens, avocado. I like to put some beans and some corn in there. And then for, I guess, let's say the unhealthy side of it, I like to put a few bits of just tortilla chips. I just like to crunch them up. But again, this is where portion sizes come in. You don't need many chips in there. For your salad, it's mostly greens. You'll need to put, I'd say, 5 or 6 chips in there. Honestly, like it goes a long way once you crunch them all up and break them down. And the other big thing is you put ranch dressing in the salad. Now for my big bowl, which actually made 3 to 4 servings of this salad, I only put about a teaspoon and a half of ranch. When you mix up dressing, it goes a long way. And I think what can make chicken taco salad very, very unhealthy sometimes is people putting way too much ranch or any dressing like that, because those dressings are so unhealthy. And that is what really blows out the point of even having a salad sometimes. So funnily enough, I had the salad on the Friday, I had it again on the Saturday, and remembering too, I did say it I think already, but if you're gonna save this salad, you can make all of it, but you don't want to put the chips in until you serve it because they'll obviously get soggy, and you don't want soggy tortilla chips, you want the crunch. So after that, chicken taco salad, and then on Sunday, I had very much planned to create a salad. I was honestly quite excited. I was going to make a watermelon salad with like chickpeas, feta, some greens, which I will still have to do at some stage. But I had a really busy day. I went out on my friend's boat and went out to dinner on all this stuff. But again, I had a salad for dinner when I was out. So I'll insert a little video. I went out with my family and there was a really nice, actually, just, it was kind of greens, like spinach, rocket, all that. And it had just little strips of beef, which was cooked. And again, this would be a great salad for me to replicate at home. I might add a few more like kind of veggies in there, but it was really nice. It was basically a big bowl of greens, balsamic vinegar, some pine nuts, and these strips of beef. It was really quite nice. Now beyond that, for my last day, I actually ended up having chicken taco salad again for the final day. And as I said, I did have a salad actually for every day, each of the 7 days. But, you know, as I said earlier, life gets in the way, things happen. I am also not one to like to waste food. So the chicken taco salad, it just made a whole lot of it. And I wanted to keep eating it. It was so nice. I didn't want to waste it. So I will make some of those other salads in the future because I do want to try them. I keep forgetting about my coffee here. So yeah, so my week is over. I've 7 days eating a salad every day for lunch or dinner. And now I want to talk about the, I guess, pros and cons, as I kind of mentioned. Now, if you make them correctly, and I'd like to say that I mean, mine wouldn't have been perfect, but I tried to get a good amount of, like a small amount of carbs or some protein to fill me up. And especially it depended when, like if I was having a big meal for lunch, it was great having a small meal for dinner. Because I could very easily probably just eat a normal portion size meal for dinner when I don't really need it if I had a really big lunch. I've already touched on the positives, or on the pros of eating the salads, but a con I think which people don't really talk about very much is that to have salads like this, you need a lot of fresh greens and, you know, things to bulk out the salad. You don't just want to use, you know, one type of, I mean you can, but it's not going to be very interesting. You don't want to just use spinach, you don't want to just use lettuce. The best salads, and you would hear this all over the place, the best salads have different kinds of greens. So it'll have spinach, lettuce, you have herbs. Herbs are great if it's mint, coriander, parsley, basil, whatever. Obviously, depending what type of salad you're having, these herbs really add a lot. But beyond that too, yeah, as many greens as you can to create crunch, to create, you know, spinach is really healthy for you. But personally, I don't love the taste. It's great in a salad, but I wouldn't be satisfied just eating a whole bowl of spinach. You've really got to have a lot on hand. And it comes to that, I bought a lot of greens, but I was having a different salad every day for a week, so it kind of made sense. But I think for the average person, if you're going to have a salad here and there, it can be tricky because you need a lot of these fresh ingredients. And I think a lot of people would waste things. So I would buy a whole thing of lettuce or, you know, whatever it is. But if you're only going to use it once, it's just something to keep in mind. It's expensive and you have to have a lot of greens on hand if you're going to do this. But again, it's obviously, if you're organized, you can meal plan, think about what you're having for the week, and that's kind of what I did. I know I didn't stick to it completely, and I think that's just life. Things change and you can't necessarily have a 100% plan that you stick to for a whole week because you don't know what's going to happen every day. But it's just something to consider. Just be careful and maybe don't buy too many days in advance. And I think I only bought my first 4 or 5 salads, the ingredients for those. So luckily I didn't waste my last ones that I didn't end up making. But that aside, just to keep that in mind, I felt great after it, and I want to come back and make some more salads and probably do this a bit more often, especially I think if I'm going and having a big lunch or a big dinner and I just want something light, a salad is great. And just thinking again of, I reckon my favorite was that kind of Thai/Vietnamese style prawn salad. That was just delicious. But I just want to go for the biggest things for me and for anyone with a salad is that you need to have a mixture of greens, so herbs and actually greens like lettuce, spinach, just a mixture of those. You need to have herbs to create extra flavor. You should have some protein, so you can use nuts, chicken, fish, prawns, but remembering that you need to look at the sizes, like you don't add too many nuts because then that becomes too fatty and it's much more than a portion size. You can also use fruits, so obviously avocado is something great, but you can use watermelon, pear, peach, like any different fruits to add sweetness and flavor. Pepper and salt is great. Also when you're using a dressing or oil, you don't want to add much because not only does it wet the salad and it will go a long way, it will add a lot of unhealthy fats and all that to the salad, which is just not necessary. You're having something to be healthy. You don't need to add all this extra, like excess unhealthy parts to the salad. I hope you enjoyed this video and I guess got to see like my experience of eating salads for a week, and I hope you try it too, and like let me know how you go and if you notice these differences. But I honestly really noticed the effect, especially with my exercise, with work, with going out. I had so much more energy and I just felt better, my head felt better. But again, I think we all know, if you eat healthily, as hard as it can be sometimes, eat good fresh food, make things that are interesting and that you like. Alright, well thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys soon.